Hello, my name is Geogen and welcome back to World of Tanks. I'm sorry this video is a day late. Should have been uploaded yesterday, but due to unfortunate circumstances of me having to reinstall everything, including my OS, I couldn't literally make a video. So anyway, we're back in World of Tanks of course, and we're in the JagdPanther, which is a tier 7 German tank destroyer. The other of course being the Sturrer Mill, but that is a newer vehicle with different characteristics and perhaps will be for a different video. And that's a lovely shot to begin the game. 302 damage, slightly below the average damage roll, but over 400 meters away. And this is what this tank excels at, is sniping with its accurate guns. The side of a tier 9 heavy tank, the IS-8, which is more like a medium really, goes through just fine. And again. So the gun I'm using is a 105mm. It has 320 average damage and 200 penetration with its standard armor piercing. Its APCR has nice penetration of 244 with the same average damage. And you also get 60 penetration, I believe, if it will show me, 60 penetration with 420 average damage for the high explosive, for those soft skin targets, like artillery. Now we're in a tier 9 game on Winter Himmelsdorf, a carbon copy of Himmelsdorf, just in a winter setting. And before I forget to mention, you can use another gun for its top configuration, which is the L71 88mm. Has worse alpha damage and slightly better penetration, but a higher rate of fire. So it's up to you really. I prefer using the 105 because you can get those nice meaty shots into targets, and 200 pen can be supplemented with that 244 pen with the APCR, which, might I add, is better than that of the 88mm. So you can see the JagdPanther is quite mobile. We're going at 30 km an hour across uneven but mostly flat terrain. And the vehicle is quite big, but due to this mobility it's quite nice because you can get around the battlefield and acquire new targets, including an LTTB. However, the LTTB has more than capable gun of penetrating you from a medium distance through the upper plate, as you can see highlighted here. The lower plate on the vehicle, like most German vehicles of this configuration with sloped armor, is thinner and weaker therefore than the upper plate, but generally you're only going to bounce shots with distance. Now, tank destroyers usually have to play the waiting game. However, I noticed that there's a threat coming in from the northeast with this glut of enemies in the C8 section. So we abandon that position that we were in, and we go back to try and cover the base. Now what the enemies are going to either do is A, capture the base, or B, go up behind our remaining allies on the hill. Now the Lorraine on our team has noticed the threat as well. I believe the heavy tank is also coming to help. Now without this mobility we wouldn't be able to get back in time and help defend. So we choose a hold down position to maximize our protection, and then we start firing shells into the back of this ST1. Now the front of the ST1 is very, very strong indeed, but we can go through his rear armor with 200 pen quite easily. And the enemy T-54 mod 1 there seems to be quite unhappy, and he's accusing someone of hacking. Very bizarre. Oops, side of KV4. Fortunately he goes low into the track, but we track him in place and we reload. Very nice indeed. He's flat. His armor is very thick, but it wasn't angled. And again, I could have gone for the track, but I thought it might have just tracked him instead of doing damage. And that is my contribution to this game. 3 kills, almost 3,000 damage. Not a bad result. let's take a look at the post-game stats. So here we are with the post-game statistics. We got a Mastery Badge, an Ace Tanker, Fire for Effect Ribbon, and Bruiser Ribbon. We also gained 44,000 credits and 1,746 experience. We also got the Tanker Sniper for those shots at the beginning of the game when we were fighting along the western side of the map, shooting down the train tracks. And you can see here the numbers of targets we damaged and the 3 that we killed below. So we managed to damage 2 tier 9s, admittedly from the side and rear, but that's something you're going to have to look out for when you get into higher tier games, because your 200 pen will not reliably penetrate the front lower plate of an E75, say. Team score, we came top on experience because we're a tier 7 in a tier 9 game, achieving 3,000 damage. Beat the ISU, beat the Type 61, who's a tier 9. The Lorraine 42, who's also a tier 9, beat us in terms of damage output, but I think we did well regardless. Moving on to the detailed report now. You can see we fired 12 shots, and all of those hit. However, 2 failed to penetrate. And you can see that we did just under half of our damage from over 300 meters away. Of the hits we received, both of them penetrated, but if you're fighting against tier 5s and 6s, it is likely you'll be able to bounce some of those shots. From equal tiers and higher tiers, it's quite unlikely, however, as you saw from that LTTB. And I forgot what other tank hit us. Doesn't matter. Anyhow, you can see the rest of the stats broken down. 7 vehicles damaged, 3 vehicles destroyed, and the breakdown of the credit earnings and costs, as well as the battle only lasting 5 minutes and 1 second. So if you enjoyed the replay, please be sure to give it a like down below, and tell me your thoughts on the JagdPanther, if you own one, or if you've seen one, or you want to acquire it, or what don't you like about it, or whatever. Tell me your thoughts down below. Additionally, if you want to subscribe, that would be brilliant too. I'll be making more World of Tanks content, as well as World of Warships, along with other games, but mostly those two. As always, I've been Geogen, this has been World of Tanks, and I'll see you chaps and chapettes in the next one.